We're Mo and Mike McDonald, and we're so excited to be here to be able to share a very important part of the fertile part of our marriage, and that was natural family planning, also called NFP. Now, we have 6 adult children and we have 9 grandchildren, so fertility is obviously important to us. But if you think that NFP is the reason why we have 6 children, you're right, but maybe not for the reason you think. NFP, far from being Vatican roulette, as rhythm was sometimes called, actually allowed us to plan our family to the month that they were born. Now, we don't know any other method of family planning that allows that level of precision.
We first heard about natural family planning at our pre-Cana in New Jersey. The couple who presented had coincidentally 6 children, but they had had those children completely randomly while using the rhythm method, which is an absurd way of planning fertility by simply assuming a woman ovulates 14 days after menstruating. Every woman is different, and natural family planning helps you learn your specific cycle. And another child would have put them over the edge. They were almost overwhelmed financially and logistically as they had a very small home. Then they heard about natural family planning. And when we met them, their youngest child was 5, and they were delighted at how well it worked. And like us, 6 was the final number of kids. Natural family planning worked great for them.
Now, when we got married, if you can imagine, mortgage rates were 16.5%. I mean, it was just crazy. So we really needed to delay having a baby until we could afford to buy a house that we could put our family in. And unfortunately, Mo had had a traumatic incident when she was 18 years old. Her boyfriend died 3 days before their senior prom. And it so screwed up her cycle that she wound up with, 2 operations for ovarian cysts that made us think that perhaps she was going to have a lot of difficulty getting pregnant from that trauma. Her system was fragile. Well, when we heard about NFP in our pre-Cana, we thought, okay, this is great. It checks all the boxes.
What we found was so overwhelmingly positive that we think everyone should learn about fertility awareness. No matter your faith or beliefs, natural family planning makes all marriages better. Let's face it, the primary message around birth control is to be able to have sex whenever you want with no consequences. It even sounds pretty selfish, the opposite of love. The essence of natural family planning is to invite God into the planning of your family while falling more deeply in love because you're sharing the responsibility and bonding with your spouse. That love is what Jesus and the Church want for us. Can you see how consistent the teachings of the Catholic Church are being? Natural family planning makes every aspect of marital sex and fertility a shared responsibility between you, your spouse, and God. No selfishness, pure love.
Right. Now, on the other hand, learning about natural family planning put me in nerd heaven. I mean, I'm a geek. And I had no idea the incredible complexity that goes into Mo's body every single month for the possible conception of a baby. I mean, we guys have it so easy, right? When we're about 14 years old, we get a spike in testosterone. Somebody tells us to behave ourselves, and then we're okay. Women, every single month, it goes up and down. The poor things. But I learned how to tell when Mo was ovulating. I could tell. I knew it. I knew her the very day that Mo was going to get her period. Imagine, I felt very manly. Those times when I was able to say, Mo, you're going to get your period today. And I could be prepared that maybe she was going to, say something that maybe I would normally think is silly, incorrectly. Of course, it's not silly because you said it. But I would let it roll off my shoulders. And she could be prepared physically. I was taking care of my bride in the most intimate way possible.
After my ovarian operations, the doctors told me that my ovaries and a fallopian tube had been damaged. In fact, I think I was only left with half of one ovary, a quarter of the other ovary, and part of a fallopian tube. They said that I might need help getting pregnant. Natural family planning seemed to be working so well to postpone pregnancy for the first years of our marriage. But in the back of our minds, we were concerned that perhaps this worked so well because I was actually infertile. However, we decided, despite the crazy mortgage rates, to plan a baby around our 3rd anniversary. Tara was born 2 days before our 3rd anniversary.
That's pretty good.
But I was 28 when she was born, and now I sort of felt like it was beat the clock to have the 6 kids. So we decided to nurse for a year and then get pregnant in the hopes that God would grace us with 6. Thanks to natural family planning, that is exactly what happened. And when our sixth child was born and we prayerfully concluded that that was the right number for us, natural family planning remained just as effective at enhancing our passion and sexuality while avoiding pregnancy.
Now, our promise to you is that NFP works. It really works, both to plan your family with God and to deepen your marital love. And hint, hint, the second reason is the best. It's all about deepening your marital love. That's what lasts forever.
I trusted Mike to share the responsibility for my fertility. Knowing that he had my back through all the complexities that go with being a woman helped us find the joy that God wants for us. And here's a little secret. The more you focus on the needs of others, the better everything is, including marital love. God bless.
God bless.